Effective classroom management isn't about control at all. Okay, it's about creating an environment where students feel safe, respected, and ready to learn. Welcome back to the Teacher RockStar podcast, a podcast that's dedicated to providing valuable insights, practical tips, and proven strategies to ensure that new teachers are successful. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and today we're going to be diving into 10 classroom management strategies that will help you create a structured, engaging, and positive learning environment. Now, whether you're a first-year teacher or a veteran teacher looking to refine your approach, these strategies are tried, tested, and teacher approved. So, we're diving into the top 10 classroom management strategies, but with a twist today. We're counting them down in reverse order, starting with number 10 and working our way to the number one strategy every teacher needs in their toolkit. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Strategy number 10, model the behavior you expect. You know, you've heard it before. Actions speak louder than words. If you want your students to be respectful, responsible, and kind, then you have to show them what it looks like. Your students are watching you all the time, the way that you handle stress, the way that you interact with others, and even how you respond to mistakes sets the tone. Want a respectful classroom? Model respect. Want students to stay on task? Show them what focus looks like. It all starts with you. Strategy number 9. Keep your lessons structured and pacing strong. I can't emphasize that enough. Downtime is the enemy of good behavior. When students aren't sure what's coming up next, or when transitions drag on too long, they find their own ways to fill the time. And trust me, it won't always be productive. Keep your lessons structured and your pacing tight. Use timers or countdowns to make transitions smoother, and always have a plan to keep things moving. All right, moving on to strategy number 8, don't engage in power struggles. That's probably one of the worst things that you can do. You know, we've all been there, facing off with a defiant student who just won't back down. But here's the thing, arguing with a student in front of the class is a battle you won't win. Instead, stay calm, avoid escalating the situation, and if needed, address the issue privately. A simple "let's talk about this later" or "after class" can save you from unnecessary disruptions and keep the focus on learning. Moving on to strategy number 7, reinforce positive behavior more than negative. Too often we focus on correcting bad behavior rather than celebrating the good. But what if we flip that? Instead of constantly saying, "stop talking," try, "I love how you're staying on task." Recognizing positive behavior not only encourages that student, but also sets an example for others. Praise goes a long way in creating a classroom where students want to do the right thing. Are you a teacher who finds yourself drowning in the challenges of classroom management? Do student behaviors leave you feeling overwhelmed and drained at the end of each day? Picture this, a classroom where your students are not just present, but fully engaged, focused, and eager to learn. Say goodbye to classroom management stress and hello to success. The Teacher RockStar Academy course is meticulously designed to equip you with the tools and strategies needed to skyrocket your effectiveness as a teacher. Curious to know if the Teacher RockStar Academy course is the missing piece in your teaching journey? If you're ready to reclaim control of your classroom and witness the incredible impact on your students, then use the link in the podcast description to learn more about this program. All right, strategy number 6, keep students engaged and active. Bored students are disruptive students, okay? If you want fewer behavior issues, make sure your lessons are engaging. Group work, hands-on activities, and active discussions can keep students focused. When students are truly engaged, they don't have time to misbehave, okay? Strategy number 5, be consistent with consequences. Now, this is very, very crucial. Nothing confuses students more than inconsistency. If you enforce a rule one day, but let it slide the next, students will test those boundaries. I assure you that. Be fair, be consistent, and make sure students know exactly what to expect when it comes to rules and consequences. Don't be wishy-washy. All right, strategy number 4, use nonverbal cues and proximity control. Not all classroom management requires words. Sometimes a well-timed glance, a pause, or simply walking closer to an off-task student can direct behavior instantly or redirect it. Mastering those subtle nonverbal cues can be a game changer. Okay. Strategy number 3, build positive relationships with kids It's foundational. Students behave better when they feel connected to their teacher, okay? Something as simple as greeting them at the door, asking about their interests, or acknowledging their efforts can make a huge difference. When students know that you care, they're more likely to respect your rules and engage in learning. All right, strategy number 2, create predictable routines. Routines aren't just helpful, they are essential. When students know what to expect each day, they feel safe, which reduces anxiety and misbehavior. Have clear procedures for entering and exiting the classroom, transitions, group work. The smoother things will run, I promise you that. The more predictable your classroom is. Okay? Now, the coveted strategy number 1, establish clear expectations and reinforce them. And here we are, the number 1 classroom management strategy. Never assume students just know how to behave. They don't until you teach them. Set clear expectations for behavior, participation, and procedures. Then reinforce them daily through modeling and practice. The more explicit and consistent you are, the better your students are going to respond. And that is a wrap on today's 10 essential classroom management strategies. Remember this, my friend. Effective classroom management isn't about control at all. Okay, it's about creating an environment where students feel safe, respected, and ready to learn. Now, if you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with a fellow teacher. I want to thank you for tuning into the Teacher RockStar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.
You've been listening to the Teacher RockStar podcast with your host, Steve Hiles. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast as much as we have. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of Teacher Rockstars. Until then, thanks for listening.